Alright, folks. How you doing today? Here's our carrier. I decided to finish it off camera. Um, we're in the middle of the open ocean right here. Let me show you some functions here. We have torpedoes. We have left turn, right turn. This does that in the back, the rockets. All the guns fire at once. We have a camera that does the thing. Does the thing? Yeah, nope. Yeah, it does that. Tiny aircraft can land on it. Yeah. Okay, this isn't mine. This isn't mine. No, I downloaded this. Off the workshop. It's pretty cool. And we're really not that far out. We're just right there. We're just right there. So, yeah. This is pretty cool though. Pretty cool ship. But it ain't my ship. It ain't my ship. It ain't my ship. Bam. So it was kind of neat when I was on the carrier. We're out, I think near the Red Sea, Indian Ocean area. Not exactly sure where, somewhere around there. And they'll drop, I think it was elevator 3. The furthest elevator aft on the starboard side, right? They'll drop that elevator down to the hangar deck level, and they let us jump off of that into the ocean, right? And then we got to swim our way back all the way to the fantail, which is, see where the missiles are moving there? That would be the fantail, right? The back of the ship is called the fantail. It's got a lot of terms. Anyways, we got to swim all the way back there in the ocean, and then climb up onto the fantail and climb back into the boat. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, I'm not a strong swimmer at all, but I was able to make it. It's a long swim. It's a swim. But if you get tired or if you can't do it, they have divers in the water in a line that will literally just grab you and just like pass you down a line to get you to the end. I didn't have to take it. I didn't have to do that. I was able to swim all the way by myself. Combination of butterfly stroke and breaststroke and a little bit of side stroke. Yeah. I made it. Down a little bit. There we go. So today we're gonna continue on with our aircraft carrier build. It's been a minute since I have done anything with that. So let's take a little reminder. And by the way, this is made by, if you want to download it, it's made Super Sick Carrier by whatever that Bacterius Dynasty. Okay, interesting. Got a few other builds in there that, just checking things out, but let's delete that. And let's load in our carrier. Let's see here. We have to do the stern. Burn the stern. So we finished off on the midship. This is where we left off. Now we have to make the stern. Why so stern? Okay, so I don't know how I'm going to do this, right? Because, like, do I make it so this has a seat? Or do I make it so that that has to go into this? That's what I don't know. I think we need to practice that. Let me just get this to... Alright, well, let's set this here. We're going to do a little practice run here of running this into that. See if I can even do it. Because ideally, I don't want a seat on that one, on the aft, the stern, or the bow of the boat. So ideally, I'd want to be able to just back this in. Like so. Ooh, panicking. Okay, I think I can do that. Okay, I think I can do that. So we can get that to go in there. Alright. Okay. So. Let's take a look, see how close this stuff is. Actually, we don't need to. How did I do this system here? This was a distance sensor and an accumulator. Distance sensor goes to the accumulator. Accumulator goes to those guys. Let's go to those guys for. What do these guys do? That's for, okay. Okay, so distance sensor to accumulator. To the tractor beams. Alright. How am I going to do this? I think I can sacrifice one of these, maybe? No, they ain't gonna work. Let's do sensor. Whoa. Oh, that's right. I was messing around with the other. You know what I'm actually excited about is the new update, those 1x1 servos. Whew. I'm kind of excited about that. Yeah, because that's gonna change. That's gonna change a lot. Like, that's gonna change a lot. Oh, okay, there it is. Wait, no. Something here, because I think, yeah, we got 4 more. 3 more down there. Okay. So we're going to have to put 3 more sensors down at the bottom of this. Luckily, this isn't going to take too much complexity, I don't think. This will probably be the easiest. Honestly, this will be the easiest part of the boat to make. We're not going to go too crazy with this. I say that now. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Okay, I'm almost tempted to put this at the level of the hangar deck, just to, you know, because we don't have a lot of, we have like no complexity on that one there. Okay, so what did I set this at? So this No, this goes into here. This, oops. This goes into here. We made this distance 0.1. Alright. Scale 1. Oops. And what do we do on this one here? How do we set this guy up? This guy, maximum 1, scale 1, and that's it. Maximum 1, scale 1. Okay. Get off of there. Minimum 0. I'm also slightly worried with the new wheel physics update that it's going to crash some of my aircraft. So that is a major concern of mine. I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's see if this works. Which way you going? Okay. Alright, so let's see what happens when we back up into it. We gotta back up. So we're going this way, going that way. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't panic, don't panic. Oh, no, no. I remember, steering is opposite. Steering is opposite. Ooh. That was interesting. Don't know what that was, but that was something that happened there. I wonder if this is going to be any different with the front of the boat on. You know, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen when I put the front of the boat on this thing. Taking a lot of concentration right now just to get this. Just want to bump it real quick. Trying to bump it so that it rotates into me. I just want to do the thing. Okay, okay. And we're locked in. So that works. Okay. I think I can decrease the distance on that a little bit. Obviously looks like I need some work to do on these guys, on the sensors here. It's not a big deal. But it looks like we can delete the seat when we are done building this. Alright. Move this out of the way. That goes there. That also goes there with a negative. That goes to there. That also goes there. Where does that go? Oh, that's why distance is all one on these things. So we want to put, actually, configurator. We want the distance be 0.1, sensor offset 50, negative 50. Okay, there's that. I should line up with all those now. We're going to test that real quick, actually. I'm just going to float over this way. I'm just going to dock it this way instead this time. So I think this way it might be a little bit easier, even if this is a little touchy. The amount of concentration this takes is ridiculous. Okay. We got something there. I think my steering is reversed on this. Yeah, because I'm pushing to the right stick. I'm going left. Oh. I'm not on here. I need to be on here. I was on the wrong one. Okay, that's better. Okay. That is better. I do think I need to adjust the distance on that sensor. So 1, 2. Okay, we need to switch those around. We'll do that. Yeah, I sent that launching, didn't I? Where'd it go? Guess we gotta go to history. Yeah, okay. What's that? Oh, it's all the way over there. Wow, launched it all the way over there. Alright, go back in here, go back in here, make sure our elevators are working correctly. You. Actually, can I get this smaller? I can. What was the distance on this one? This one had a distance of 0.01. Okay. Okay. Easy does it. Easy does it. And we are locked in. One, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Left, right. Forwards. Forwards. Whoops. Backwards. All right. Okay, so we got all the controls right. I wonder if I can make this go faster somehow. I'm not gonna worry about rudders or anything else like that, because that's a little much. Yeah. All right. So all the controls work. We need to honestly look in here and see where these other sensors are at, because we have to do not gonna do not doing any good there. Can I see him from here? Alright, those aren't doing anything. Alright, so we got to program those guys in yet too. Okay, well, I'm not gonna worry about that right now. We'll worry about that after we get some of this built up. So, shall we? Okay, back to our photographs. Motion controls are set. Let's look up our aircraft carrier. Images. Okay, how's the back of this thing look? Okay. For one, the elevator's got a weird kick out right there. I actually can remember that. I don't know how I'm going to do that with this, though. I'm not going to worry about that, honestly. I'm honestly not going to worry about that. that, and we'll delete that. That's a wedge there. Put that up there. Put that there. Find a better photo of the back end. Back of the boat just it's kind of just flat, honestly. It curves up here. I'll probably mimic that a little bit. We'll do some up curving here. Those aren't going up at all. How can we do the curve? You know, I think what we'll do, we'll just take one of these, like that. How do we want to transition into that, though? That's the question. How do we transition into that? You know, a transition block there would be nice if there's one way to have one. Don't know exactly how that would work out, though. I mean, I guess that kind of works. Does it, though? Yeah, you know, that'll work. And then we'll do a 4x block here. We'll do 2 like that. We'll do some all right. Where's that? And then we'll just bring this back to there. And we'll bring this to there. Put on a 4x there. Alright, there's that. The back of the boat does kind of have a little bit of a yes, let's continue what we're doing here. Oh, I gotta do one more up. That there? Is that right? Yeah. Copy it all over. Alright, there we go there. Okay. Put this up the rest of the way. There is a beam that goes from here down to there. I think we'll do that with these guys. Alright, let's try more like maybe these guys. That's good enough. That goes like that. Right about where it should be anyways. We have, oh, this does kind of go in a little bit, doesn't it? It does kind of narrow in the back. How do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? I mean, I can't really do that though, can I? Whatever. We're not going to do that. Right about here, we're going to have, where's this sit in the water? So that sits there in the water. So realistically, these don't go up quite an... Oh, you know what I could do? You know what I could do? I don't know how this is going to affect it, but we're going to try it. We're going to try these. We're going to try these out and see what they look like. Oops, I deleted something I didn't mean to delete. Go back. Oh, that's just that. That's fine. We can delete that. Delete that, delete that, delete that. And we go to marine. There we go. Okay, but how do we transition from this to a flat? That's going to be the big question here. How do we do that? Do it like this. I mean, that looks kind of the best, doesn't it? And then, shoot, yeah, okay, do that, and then we'll do that. We put more flotation there if we need to. Those aren't attached to anything. That's not a big deal. We'll do that there. What's not attached here? Oh, those guys. Okay. Let's do a 4x8 then. Here. Down like that. Okay, so that's gonna be that. Da, 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 da. And copy and paste. Oops. I messed up. Alright. Ooh, it doesn't like that. Alright, so we need more flotation on this side. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? With one of these guys? No. Large pontoon. Maybe. I don't know if this is going to work. A little bit more up. There we go. And then I think I can fit... Yeah, fit these here like this. Like that, can go there, there, there. You know what? Plasticor, number 43. It's got a barcode on it. Interesting. Anybody else notice that? Weird. You know, these actually look like number 86. It's got a bar. I wonder if that barcode scans anything. That'd be kind of weird if it did. But these look like lifeboat pods. And now we're 2 point on that side. Copy everything over here. See, I'm just gonna do this. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, now we're cooking them with gas. Alright, does that look level? Sure, whatever. Alright, so on this side, let's finish this up real quick here. So we got that there. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Yep. That can work then. Okay, so we're gonna go with a four. Doomp and doomp there. Okay, so that's that. So that's that side of the boat. We have a sponson that comes out on this side here, roughly about here. So we're going to bring this out there like that. And we're going to put a... This has got a large radar dome on it. So I think I'm just going to make this a little bit wider, actually. I'm going to go like that. You know what? Why am I doing it this way? I'll go there like that. Put a large radar dome on this thing. What do we have for radar dome looking things? Go down one, and we'll put this down one too. Actually, put that there. Yeah, it's about far enough out. We will do. Where they at? Where they at? There they are. That. Like this. Radar dome. Okay. And this has support underneath it. Looks like that. Actually goes out a little bit further than that. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna do that. Alright. Then there's another sponson back here. You know what? I might actually make that smaller. That looks huge. I don't like how big that looks. I don't like how big this looks. We're gonna make another smaller one. We're gonna make it out of this size. Yeah, I think that'll look better. I think that'll look a lot better. More proportionate. And we'll even bring it in one more right there. Okay, that looks better. Aerodynamics. Okay, there we go. Alright, that looks a lot better. And then we have a sponson here. This is going to get a... This one's kind of going kind of at the same level here. This goes... Go back to about there. No, I'll go right there. So this has a Naval Sea Sparrow missile system on it. It's just a fancy name for missiles, basically. They're literally they're just missiles. Right below that, however, there is another sponson down here that has a Sea Whiz on it. These two kind of tied together a little bit. So undo that one, undo that one. We're going to bring in these blocks here like that, kind of go like that a little bit. I'm going to leave this guy and this guy. We're going to put in that like that. Go there. It's going to go like that. What is it, bud? Coda does have his collar off. He is a lot better. We went and got our vaccinations today. So he is doing good. He's doing really good. Him and Reese both went and got vaccinations today. I'm going to put a couple missiles here. Yeah, I suppose I can put them on hinges. Then, you know what? I need to save this. We need to pull up. Well, how did we do? I hate it when it does that. We're going to delete this one. How did we do? Oh, we're not heavy on that side again. That's okay, we'll fix that later. How do we do our guns? Alright, so how do we do these? We have... I need to do this. We need to do this. We're gonna go like this. And then we do this. Yes. And we'll do this. We'll do save as. There it goes. Come back here. Save vehicle as. Save as. CVN. Save. Okay. So now I didn't screw up my carrier 4 there. I did not. Okay. Delete that. Go there. Come back over here. Go here. Let's get this up out of the water. Whoop. Okay, CVN. No, keep my blocks. Oh boy. Might pose a problem. Let's put some more flotation on this side real quick. I don't think we'll need that many. Probably don't need that many. This can go down one more. Go down 2 more actually. Actually, you know what? Even better. Let's just move this whole piece. There. Yeah. Do that. Do that. And I'll bring this out one more as well. Put that out there like that. What's the best way to do this? Thing like that for there. 1, 2, 5, 6. honestly. Stack the... you know what? No. No. That's a lot of weight to put on that side there. That's a lot of weight to put on there. That's back, that's back, that's back. And up and down. Hold position. Position. So this one we don't want turning that far. Let's knock it down to 45. See what happens there. This one. This one's at 45. We want speed to be 0.1. Speed to be 0.1. This one we want 90 degrees. Put the angle on this one at 25. I'm gonna move this back one more. Move this back there. So there's that. You know, we're gonna do something here. We're gonna do. There's our 3x1 wedge. There we go. Okay, that's that. All right. Put some missiles on this guy here. Rockets. Rocket launch. There we go. Doesn't really matter what they're going to be on, honestly. Should I sink that in a little bit though? Nah, I think that's going too far. I mean, it's not, but it is. It's not, but it is. Oh, I don't have any more pop left. Shoot. This actually comes out. That looks more like that. No, these things look like, yeah. I mean, those are huge compared to like what they actually look like on the boat. But I mean, we don't have really. I mean, unless I made this thing absolutely massive. I mean, these kind of almost look the part, but not really, and they don't shoot far enough. I don't think, anyways. If we had better like Sea Whiz weapons, that'd be great. But we do not. So the fantail. Your fantail. How do we got this going here? Okay, let's put the flight deck in because that's going to determine where all that stuff sits. 100%. Going to determine where all that stuff sits. So let's get the flight deck, or the flight deck, the hangar bay. Siri. All right. I think that's fair to sit right about there. Actually, no. Put that there, like that. Ooh, we reached just past our halfway point now. Ooh, boy. I mean, that's always scary when that happens, but I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. There really isn't much left on the fantail here. Really isn't. So I'm not concerned about that right now. I'm gonna do that, and then I think we're going to just do that, that, and that. Oops, went too far. Oh, well, that's why. What are you doing there? Okay, there we go there. We need that there. And that goes there. Alright, so that is closed off there. Okay. So our fantail. Fantail. Fantastic. We're going to come up with some wedges here. Actually, before we do that, let's do There's that. There's that. We're just gonna keep this flat, actually. Yeah, instead of trying to mess around with. Trying to sit here and mess around with different angles and stuff. We're just gonna keep this flat, and we're just gonna do this. Inside here. Boom. Like that, like that. Do this. This. Go like that. Go like that. Give me the 1x4. So these are like they're bumpers, and their point is to basically like boats can pull up to the fantail of the ship, right? And this, like when we got out of the boat when we were swimming, right? There's like a platform down in this level down here, and you get on from there, and boy, it's a yeah, it's something. But yeah, so you get on right there. I don't know if these will be at the right height or not. Boy, so now we're too heavy on that side. Let's pop off these guys here and see what happens. Too heavy on that side still. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna take some bit of practice to get this to work right, because we still have to do this whole side here. Yeah, that's gonna be. We might have to delete some of these guys just to get our boat to float. Floaty boaty. Oh, those aren't gonna work there though. Nope, those don't work there. Those aren't gonna work there. All right. But yeah, so these were just bumpers. So like a boat could pull up behind us, like a smaller boat could pull up behind us, and people could offload and unload. That's basically all that was. And then back here, there was a room. It was kind of a neat room, actually. They would do jet testing back here. So I'm just going to do this. So they would take like the jets out of the aircraft, like the engines, and they would put them in this room back here, and they would light them off. So that was kind of a neat thing to see on occasion. And we're just going to do this. I'm just going to do that. Kind of sets that up nicely there. Alright, so there's the back of our carrier. We need to put some trusses on back here, though. So it has a couple of trusses here. Alright. I think that looks good. And then We actually want to do this. We're going to want to do this. We don't have any 1x4 angles, and we don't have the 1x3 angles yet. So we're just gonna have to fudge it and use these guys like this. Do that, and then we're gonna have to go with like that. Yeah, I think that's the best that's gonna look. Whatever, I'm happy with it. I'm not gonna do the B&A crane because I think that's gonna be a little too complex. B&A crane being the bone and anchor crane. We're not gonna do that, but we are gonna do the sponsons on this side, and we'll see where we're floating at that point. So I need to kind of switch sides here because I think this other sponson sits at the same level as this one does, but it kind of wraps around a little bit. So I'm going to do that. Does this at the same level? No. Oh, I mean, it kind of does. And these actually sit up higher. These actually are supposed to sit up to the level of the hangar deck. I am not going to do that, however. Simply because I don't want to. I don't want to. And that's my reason. I think this is good enough. I'll set this one here. Yeah, this is good enough. And I'm sticking to that reasoning. Well, there's another CVN on this thing too, so we're gonna worry about that in a little bit here. Let's try and find another photo of the opposite side of the rear of the ship. The starboard side, starboard. Yeah, that's obviously it. Someone's got a photo of a AC-130 taking off at the carrier. I'm pretty sure that's not possible. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe I am. I don't know. Okay. Give a back view there. So this just kind of shows it, honestly. Kind of looks like it goes like that. And below that there is there's a little bit of a deck below this. Kind of goes like that, and then the Naval Sea Sparrow system kind of goes over here. Like that. we'll adjust all the speeds later once we get this figured out where it's going to go. I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Not yet. This kind of has a kind of shape like this. Like that. It kind of goes like that. But it goes further down than that. It goes almost down. So we're going to use our 2x4s here and bring it down like that. And that's how we're going to do that. Alright. I'm going to delete this guy. That's pretty essentially what that looks like. That's essentially what that is right there. This side is just easy, I guess. That. One thing I don't like about those is that I wish there was a way to connect them. Oh, that's not gonna work. Put those there. I honestly wish there's a way to connect them on the sides. The fact that there isn't kind of does annoy me, but I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Solved that problem and kept it lightweight. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing back here. I'm gonna figure out flotation problem. There's that. Alright, so this is gonna get it. Kind of comes out. So I'm gonna have that jut out like that. I don't care. I go like that. I'll put that there like that. Like that. there like that. And then we're going to put that there like that. And you're not happy there, so we're going to actually do this. Do that. And then do that. Okay. And that is essentially what we're looking at here. Now, B&A crane will go like right here somewhere. There was a, I mean, it's tiny, kind of like what you see here. Actually, I might bring this out one more, just like that, and go out like that. That looks more like the part there. Yeah, we'll do that there. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think instead of doing that, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that there. Okay. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Other than make sure this thing floats and adding, we need more sensors down here. We need 3 more sensors down here, and we need to make sure this thing floats. But other than that, I think, that's gonna go back there. We can actually, we can float test this thing. We can float test this sucker. New sensor. I think those go there. 501. Need more Beyonce blocks in the back. No problem. Here's what we're gonna do. Okay, it's getting better. We need to put some more on the inside here. So where can we put some more here? Where or where? I think we're only going to do that. That there. I'll actually move this there. That's going to go there. Like that. Go like that, there, that, there. Let's see what happens now. Still a little... Still capsize on that side. Okay, so we need to increase flotation here. And how are we going to do this? I think we'll just do some stuff on the bottom. No, I don't like that idea. Delete that guy. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Oh, oh no. How do we do this? Can we move these? And just do this. Just do this. And maybe that's what we do. Maybe this is what we do. Because we know these have more buoyancy. Actually, you know what? I think I have an idea. It'll increase our buoyancy for sure. So we can do that. We can do this. This guy is not attached to anything. Do that there. That there. Like that. And, you know, let's take these guys off just to see what happens here. And we're still heavy on that side, but that did help out a lot. Okay, so we're still heavy on this side. Let's take that out of there. Alright, that's better. That's better. I still think we need more buoyancy, though. Yeah, we need way more buoyancy in the back here. Our back end is way heavy now. Like, way, way heavy. So, we're going to actually increase it by doing that. Actually take these off here. Put those on there like that. See what that does. Alright. That looks a lot better. Let's spawn in the other boat. Other part of the boat. This is really unstable. Steering is also reversed on this. That's nowhere close to being level, is it? Yeah, it is not. That ain't gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna send that off. We need to do some more buoyancy on the bottom here. Need to hide it somehow. I don't know how. I guess we just do this. Do it like that. Alright, let's see what that does. I think once I get these two docked, we'll try and dock in the front. If I can get these two docked. Okay, okay, okay. We're in. Okay. So I need a little more work on the docking of this one here. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hide the seat in the jet shop. Yeah, that's what the seat. That's what that seat's gonna hide in the jet shop. I'm gonna make it. Ooh, I can't make it a passenger seat. Let's load in the front of the boat. Front of the boat. Yeah. God, this thing is massive. This thing is absolutely massive. We've made contact. We're going in. We are locked in. All right. Ha. All right, we're gonna move this seat into the jet shop to make this more clean. Yeah, yep. There we go. And now we can redock it. Ah, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. This is good. Gotta do some painting. But other than that, this is pretty slick. God, would you look at that? Boy, that's something else. That is something else. There it is, folks. There's a boat that I served on for 5 years. Gotta do some more controls on it. And, yeah. Paint it up. Not much left to do. Probably things I'll do off camera, honestly, like get the controls going. Make sure everything works as far as the weapons go. What else is left to do? All the elevators work. We'll paint up all the radar systems and whatnot. Make sure those all look the part. Paint all the stuff in the back. Make sure all that looks good. But yeah, this is it. It's essentially the end of the video here. I stood watch on this fantail in Coronado. Coronado Island, California. Nowhere, well, yeah, nowhere special, honestly. Yeah. It's an experience, guys. It's an experience. It's not for everybody. Definitely something. I didn't nail it 100%. There's some things here that, that aren't quite accurate, like, obviously the size of the rockets, the size of the Sea Whiz cannons. Those are obviously very large compared to the actual gun, or the actual, like, ship. There's no B&A crane, whatever. And there are some things that aren't quite right, but man, I'm telling you, this thing looks phenomenal compared to my first try. Bring up a jeez, I gotta count and see how big this thing is too. So here's my first try. First try at this boat. God, look how tiny it is compared to... I mean, some things are bigger, but it's way out of proportion compared to it. I don't think I want to do this any larger, honestly, because this... Boy, can you imagine like a 5-part? Oh, I don't want to crash it. So the flight deck obviously needs to get painted. Yeah. Look at the size comparison. The size comparison is way different. The shape is way different. Ooh, man, this is something. This doesn't sit in the water quite right. You know what? Let's see what happens when we run a multi-part ship at full speed into that. I'm expecting absolute chaos, honestly. Yeah. I gotta be careful. I don't want to destroy it before we get there. Well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? Alright, we're gonna go, what else? What else can we hit here? Let's run underground. Let's run underground to see what happens. Oh, we already got some damage just by turning. No, my boat. You know, it doesn't really do that much damage. Alright, folks. Well, I think we're going to leave it here. Yeah. I am definitely happy with this boat. Definitely happy with this boat. You all have a good time. Keep trailing on. And, yeah. Have a good time.